Doesn't want to see this one get away. They've been up by 6. Now that lead is down to 4.
If I was Charlie Wade, I would not let West serve more than one more ball before calling a timeout. He's a terrific server, 2 aces tonight. And he's the guy that they score more points in when he's serving than any other rotation.
Another great serve off the top of the net. Nice job by Cheap to get it up. J.P. Marks, he's blocked, and that lead is whittled down to 3. It's 16 serving 19. Again, Hawaii had a 6-point advantage. And they've been stuck on 19 for 3 points in a row.
Averill puts up a pretty good set there, but too much Maurice Torres. That was a great block.
And here comes Matt West again. This time just kind of floats it over easily. They go cross court. That was kind of an inadvertent touch. I think one of the Hawaii players just kind of nicked it and went over the net. And Charlie Wade calls a timeout as that lead is down to 2 on a 4-point run.
It's a good timeout. They've got to get organized again. Charlie Wade took some chances there and trying to get a bigger block up front. And it kind of backfired a little bit. Probably should have gone back with Joby, but that's hindsight's 20/20. And he's got his regular lineup back in now. Joby Ramos is back in setting, and the staff is now discussing, okay, how are we going to get a side out here? We're really struggling to score on this team. Pepperdine's building up a little steam right now. And so the staff is discussing on how to do it. And there's Marv Dunphy, the dean of all the coaches, college coaches in America. He's telling his team, I'm sure, let's keep the momentum going.
You know, no lead is safe, to be sure. Let's go back. Talking about that last say, it almost looked like an inadvertent touch, and it was.
It was definitely inadvertent.
Yeah, he didn't really mean to. They were trying to go cross court to J.P. Marks, but kind of running as a decoy, perhaps. Averill just ran into the ball.
Yeah, exactly.
And it went over the net, and that just set up the easy overpass in the winner. So just one of those kind of weird plays that happens.
So Hawaii's out of timeouts. Marv Dunphy has one more timeout.
Got a Cardinal, got a Bronco, got a Unicorn. What do you think? Well, that's up there in the Manoa Maniacs student section. Good for them. Always nice to see the Maniacs out.
I love when these students support the other sports.
Trying to snap the skid here, and that ball is hit wide. Anybody touch it? Nobody did, and that's 5 points in a row for the Waves, and they are now within 1.
And that's a play that worked in games 2 and 3. In game 2 especially.
Oh, Hawaii looked like it was well on its way to taking this third set, and then West has just ripped off 5 in a row. Marks trying to end it, and that is out right at the feet of the umpire. The flag there, and landed right between his legs, and he called it out. He's standing out of bounds. The third tie of this set, and that is 6 consecutive points. Well, you mentioned Hawaii out of timeouts. West with another great serve. Good pass by Cheap. Back to J.P. Marks. Blocked. Right back into Marks. I don't know if it might have been out, but it hit him first, and that's another point for Pepperdine. And they have taken the lead here at 20-19. It was, what, 19-13, and we were talking about Hawaii 1 point away from getting to that 20 mark. Who would have thought that Pepperdine would have hit it first?
Matt West has really been the leader with his tough serves, forcing Hawaii passers into some bad passes. Finally, he shows a chink in the armor and hits one into the net. What a run, though, by Matt West.
Oh, Hawaii needed that point. Even in 2020, Taylor Averill back to serve, and for a big, tall guy, he just has that kind of soft float serve. But he tends to always get it in. I hope that doesn't prove to be a jinx. And there it is, just the soft floater. Almost the crowd kind of wanted to carry there, or a lift. You know that people are educated in this arena. They see a touch that just doesn't look clean, and you hear that collective groan.
Yeah. Well, you know what's going to happen. That will the next couple of years, the International Association is going to ban overhand passing of the serve and passes like that.
Oh, and there's that quick move by Joby Ramos. He tried it once before. He did it beyond the 3-meter line. You brought up the point that if you're going to do that, you got to get it inside the 3-meter line. Well, watch where this one lands.
I'm pretty sure it's right around the 3-meter line.
Right about it, yeah. Not a good play nonetheless. Back even at 21 all. That ball, that's off the touch. It was out, but it was off the touch of Hawaii.
I'm not sure which player got it, either Holt or Marks, one of the two, but it was a dermatological touch. It wasn't much of one.
22.
Point nevertheless for Pepperdine.
22 serving 21. Back to serve it up is going to be Antonijevic. Quick set, right in the middle, blocked but long. Point Hawaii, the side out makes it 22-22.
And Davis Holt continues to hit for a high percentage. 5 kills, no errors, hitting .556.
Sixth tie of this third set. Marks, big serve. Oh, he put up a good one. And speaking of good ones, Torres, the All-American with authority, and his team.
I'll tell you, Torres has got a lot of pride. He wasn't happy with himself when he was hitting balls into the net or hitting them long. And all of a sudden now he's starting to crank it back up again, showing, hey, I'm an All-American and I'm going to play like one.
His team up 23-22. Good job by Ramos to track that one down, but Sador hits it wide. And now it's 24-22. And the Waves of Pepperdine have come all the way back from 6 down. They trailed it 19-13, and now Torres serving for the set. Oh, it'll be a tough one to swallow for Hawaii. They need a couple of points right here. First, the side out. Marks just took that one off the chest. They got to pop it over. Advantage Pepperdine over the middle. Dug up by Ramos. They're going to set Marks out of the back row, and he is roofed. And the block ends set number 3. And the Waves of Pepperdine come crashing back and spoil the third set for Hawaii. They steal it 25-22. So once again, the two sides will switch sides. We will head to set number 4, Hawaii, down 2-1.
West had some unbelievable serves going on, which forced Hawaii into some bad passes, which then made their sets very predictable, and the blocks could line up and do what they did. 5 blocks, that's huge. 12-3 scoring run to end the third set. That's going to be tough to bounce back. We'll see if Hawaii can, though. They can show their resilience as they did show their resilience in the second set when they bounced back. And you know, an opportunity to do it again.
And it goes to show that no lead, even in rally scoring where you think you get up by 5, 6, 7, it becomes insurmountable. The fact of the matter is, what was it, that first night against Long Beach State when Hawaii lost in 5, weren't they up something like 12-2 in the second set?
Right. And
wound up losing that set.
You'd think 14-11 in the 5th will be a pretty safe number. You get a couple side outs, you think ways you can win that one. That's what Pacific was on Stanford. They're up 14-11 in the 5th, and they end up losing. So
well, just exactly how Hawaii beat UCLA.
Exactly. Hawaii was down 14-10 maybe.
14-11.
14-11?
Yeah.
When Johan Timmer put on the greatest 4-serve exhibition that I can remember in all my years of broadcasting, under the kind of pressure that he had, where he was facing match points and everything else. So no changes in the lineup. Hawaii pretty much going with the same group.
Well, we talked about one thing Hawaii has done is given its fans its money's worth, or their money's worth this year. And well, fans are hoping to get their money's worth again because Hawaii fans need to see this one go 5 sets.
We get a chance to see how risky that set is. That's called a 31 set. And it's a timing play that's that usually Ramos and Holt connect on, but not that time.
The middle, Holt blocked, another block. That's 13 now. JP Marks off the touch. Josh Taylor trying to go a long way to run that one down, and they managed to get it back over to the Hawaii side of the net. Marks again, blocked at the net. Quick set in the middle. Holt unable to put it down. And here's Taylor out of the back row. Sador, that's off the block and finally out. And Hawaii has to work hard, but they get the point.
I think it's a great way to describe that rally. That was a lot of work for 1 point.
So Brooke Sador now in double figures in terms of kills, and Joby Ramos back to serve it up for Hawaii. In need of a fourth set victory to send this one into 5 off for the cable and down for the ace serve.
Service ace number 6 on the night to go along with 9 errors. And for Ramos, his first ace of the night. And make that his first ace of the season.
And the crowd gets very quiet for Ramos as he pops it up. Sometimes you take a little bit too much time, and the crowd just kind of, you know, your best sometimes just keep it going.
Without throwing off the rhythm too much and rushing it, but clearly when it gets silent in here, it's very uncomfortable.
Yeah, and you would think the guy sitting there with the ball in his hand would probably feel more awkward than anybody. As Davis Holt slams it down, picks up the kill.
Kill number 7 for Holt, I believe. Make that 6.
Marks back to serve it up for Hawaii. They lead by 1 here in set number 4. And that serve is out. Another service error by Hawaii.
Trying to go to the new player on the floor, which I think is a good idea. Serve the sub, Scott Ryan, 6'4" sophomore from Tennessee. Don't see many Division I men's volleyball players from Tennessee.
True.
If there's a good one out there, Marv Dumpy's the kind of guy who will find it.
Booming serve by Torres. Nice job by Marks and a not good pass, but somehow Sador manages to just kind of squeeze that one through.
You're right, he went up and grinded it. It's called a grind dink. He pushed the ball into the block, kind of grinding off the left hand of the blocker. Just set way too tight from Ramos. Sador does a nice job of pushing it off Ryan's arm.
And there he is, Ryan.
Kind of ball hit it off Sador.
Off the touch, kind of a delay of a call there, but the point goes to Pepperdine, and we're even again at 4-all. 4 ties here in this set on each number, 1 through 4. And Ryan with the service error, that one wide right. And Hawaii back up by 1. These two teams back on Pro Bowl Sunday to do it again at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Our Game On pregame show at 4:30. Well, if it turns out to be one of those wet, rainy days, might be a nice place to be under the dome here at the Stan Sheriff Center. And that serve is wide. So back-to-back service errors. And we're tied again at 5. We've been tied on every point at 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 in this 4th set.
Sador with his 3rd service error to go along with 3 aces.
Siki didn't get a good run up at that one. And likewise, Pepperdine couldn't set up a play, so advantage Hawaii. Siki this time powers it through the block and gets it through the arms of West and Ed Tanajevic.
Siki now with a dozen kills to lead the Warriors. And he's hitting .455. That's a huge number from an outside hitter. Outside hitters, you can get them to 280 to 300. That's a good number. Middle hitters, you want them hitting in the 400s, but the outsides, you'd be happy if you got 3 out of them.
Off the block of Marks, tried to turn it to the side and almost got it inside the line, but couldn't. And a point for Pepperdine. And once again, another number, another time.